All right, what's good, YouTube? So, um, it's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks, I think, and I think this is gonna be the last time that I take a big amount of time off like that. But just had a lot of stuff going on in life and happening. Ended up getting my disability pay increase, so that's been busy paying off all that stuff. Ended up getting a new phone. Trying to spend time with my daughter. Been spending a lot more quality time with her. Um, I ended up getting in a wreck on Saturday because I ended up going out of a parking lot. I went to go straight across the street. Didn't realize it was a one way to turn into the place that I was in, not an out as well. I wasn't using my GPS because I had been there multiple times, and I was like, "Oh, I know how this place is." Yeah, use your GPS. Strongly recommend using your GPS all the time when possible. Um, got a new phone, so the recordings probably look way better. The camera is also sideways now too. Well, sorry, the video is now horizontal. So rather than it being portrait and me looking ridiculous, now it's like this, which is really nice, I think, in my honest opinion. I got myself a little tripod so I'm not moving the camera as much whenever I'm talking. I know that might have been maybe some of the appeal, but I mean, when you're only getting 6 to 8 views for each video, it's not really that big of a deal. We're figuring ourselves out right now. I'm thinking that in the future, though, um, that I'm going to start doing some type of like cleanup for my local areas around me, just because I have so much free time now and no job. Nobody really wants to hire me for some reason. Maybe I'm not professional enough, or maybe I just put off a weird vibe. Maybe if I don't know what it is, man. I'm just not hireable to people. It really bothers me at some level, but at some point, it's when are you just going to realize and understand that maybe you don't fit the mold that most people want, you know? Um, you know, it sucks, but like at the same time, you have to move on past a certain situation and stop expecting it to work for you if it doesn't work for you. Like I've tried to literally jam myself into corporate America, tried to, just force myself as a puzzle piece into the cog, like try to assert myself into the giant machine that is humanity, right? And humanity has always been like, get out of here. Like, it's always felt like humanity, or you know socioeconomic situations have impacted my ability to be part of the crowd. If I'm being honest, that might sound like mumbo jumbo, but basically I've always felt like an outsider, if I'm being real with you, which ultimately not that big of a deal because I have people that make me feel like not an outsider. But in the overall big old scheme of stuff, um, I feel like I could be a bigger contributor to society, if I'm being honest. So that's what I think this goal is for the rest of the year, is trying to figure out a better way to contribute to society, even if it's one that does not make me money. Um, I make enough money from the VA. I don't need a job. I'd love to have a job, but nobody wants to hire me, so, I can just do what I can do. I can make my own job. My friend asked me about making. I mean, I already have the window cleaning business, so that's a job, and then doing YouTube, that can be a job once I figure out how to get enough people and monetize it, But it's really dependent on how hard you want to work, based off of what you can do. For me, picking up trash is pretty easy. The only thing that's bad about it is the elements. So I don't know. Maybe I just go and clean up trash all the time as my. I mean, because you look at Japan, dude. Japan does not have a single speck of trash on the road, dude. And like, I just look at that and I'm like, dude, why can't we have that here? And if I'm being real, it's like, we can't have that here because I don't go out and clean up, you know. And that's just the bottom line of it. Like, people in that society go outside and they clean up their area that they love. They recycle better. They take care of their trash better. All that stuff. And it's like, dang, if I want change, maybe it has to start with me, you know? So, I've been drinking my smoothies. I'm going to get on the workout train again. I've been eating healthier. Bought myself a deep freeze so that I can keep meat in the deep freezer so I don't have to eat out as much. I never really had to eat out. It's just I always deemed it being easier than making food or trying to do something else. Because it's like, if you're trying to make like fried chicken at your house, right? You have to go buy all that stuff. That's like going to be just as expensive to buy all that stuff as if you just went out and ate it, you know, and you don't have to clean up the dishes. You don't have to clean up the mess. You just like a pack of chicken for 2 breasts is like $10, right? That can get you 4 pieces of chicken. It's considerably a better deal, right? But if you don't want to deal with the mess and all that stuff like that, it's more reasonable to me to be able to go out and just buy that food. But I'm trying to break that thought process, because ultimately I don't feel like it is that much better. I feel like now they have those little HEB meals, and if you can find one of those HEB meals that you like, that you can just pop in the oven for like 30-45 minutes, or the air fryer for like 20 minutes, those things are elite, man. The one that I've been recently onto is like the fried chicken and the potatoes au gratin with bacon. That one's a baller dinner. It's really good, man. But I mean, yeah, sorry for rambling, honestly. I went from life plans to to talking about food, dude. If that's not me, I don't know what is, though. So I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just here for a good time. I hope y'all have a great day. You at it? You're the best. We the best.